And in light of the ripple effects of the shutdown on our airports, our transportation reporter Janel Forte is taking a big trip around the state, giving us a firsthand look at how this could impact your travel plans. So our Janel Forte joins us live now via Zoom. I believe you're in Houston on your journey. Janel, good morning. You are already feeling and seeing these delays. You were affected.
Yeah, absolutely. As Natalie said, going through security hasn't really been the issue. It's been once you're through security, once you're at the gate, and once you're ready to take to the skies. My first flight this morning was from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport to Bush Intercontinental here in Houston. We boarded the plane, said it was going to be on time, got on the runway, sat there for about 15 minutes, and then the pilot came on the intercom and let us know that there was some flight air traffic management happening here in Houston and that we'd be delayed between 20 minutes and an hour. Now, what was surprising is I really expected people to be pretty angry about that. I did hear some sighs of frustration, but no real anger. We ended up leaving about 40 minutes after our scheduled time. Fortunately, we were able to make up some time in the air, so we actually landed and got to our gate only about 8 minutes after the time that we were scheduled to be there. But we are starting to see delays. I'm waiting for my next flight, leaves here in about 50 minutes. So far, it doesn't say that that flight's delayed, but like Natalie, I've been checking FlightAware on and off here at Bush Intercontinental. More than 30 cancellations right now and about 80 delays.
And Janel, we do have a couple questions for you. I mean, if you don't know Janel and you don't follow her on social media, she's a traveler. She's always traveling. And so you're very familiar with how our airports work, with this process, even, the delays of it all. How is the experience that you're seeing right now different or maybe similar to what you're seeing when you're on your regular travels?
This feels kind of more sporadic. Like even when there's delays because of weather, you can kind of predict I know the weather is bad in Houston, so I can kind of, predict that we're going to be delayed or we might face a cancellation. This is a little bit more sporadic, and the airline industry as a whole is it's interconnected. So when you have cancellations or delays in one airport, and right now with these FAA cuts, we're talking about 40 of the busiest airports in the country, the trickle down is felt, and it's felt all over the place. And I think that's what we're really seeing as these cuts kick in. And again, these cuts are only at 4% today. They're going to increase. They're supposed to increase up to 10% if the government shutdown does in fact last until next Friday.
And, you mentioned kind of the morale and a response from maybe some of the other passengers, which is encouraging to hear that they weren't so much. But I wanted to hear, what are you seeing from perhaps the TSA workers that you're interacting with and perhaps airline employees? I know this is a really difficult time for them. What is the morale like there for those folks?
You know what? One thing that's been really nice to watch and see is that as people are going through security, because TSA officers obviously are on the front lines, we can't really see or talk to the air traffic controllers, but people are thanking them for being here. They're being very friendly, very nice. In the past, there's been issues with people being violent towards TSA officers, and that is not at all what we're seeing. We're seeing people really have a heart for these people who are having to work unpaid, who are showing up every day, not getting a paycheck just so we can fly and do so safely.
All right, where are you off to next? I know we're going to check in with you throughout the day.
So the next flight is to San Antonio. We are taking a United Airlines flight. So the first flight was on American, this next one on United, and then we will fly on Southwest back home. So we're giving you 3 different airports, 4 different airports, 3 different airlines and 3 different flights to really give a full picture of what these cuts are looking like, especially on day one.
Our transportation expert, Janel Forte, helping us get this really important perspective. Thank you. I hope your next flight is on time and smooth and you get a little breathing room in between. We'll check back in with you.
Fingers crossed.
And y'all, for a look at how these reductions are impacting travelers around Texas, be sure to tune in to Texas News Now on WFAA+. Texas News Now is available on demand right now, or you can catch the latest newscast at 9 p.m. on our free streaming app. Well, this midday, a tragic